That's what I think is so cool, that a single note can tell the story. So Harriet is this imaginative young girl who plays the cello. The only problem is she's afraid of playing in front of other people. She's suddenly confronted with this fear when her parents bring up the idea that someday she'll play with a big orchestra. Sounds like that could be fun, but for Harriet, playing in front of people is her biggest fear. So as she sits down to practice, that fear is going through her mind, and this is one of my favorite parts. Listen to what this does.
And when everything was quiet and still, she would draw her bow and...
That single note right there, that ba, that one note tells the whole story of what's happening here. So Harriet's fear is playing with an orchestra, playing in front of people, really. So as Harriet starts to practice, as she goes into her bedroom, she creates this imaginative little house for herself where she feels safe, she feels alone, but her mind knows that she needs to deal with this fear. So what the music does to help with that storytelling is as she sits down to play, all the music drops out and we just are left with that single note, that ba, that A, that is the orchestra tuning note. That's the note that you would hear the orchestra tune to at the beginning of a performance. So it's like Harriet in her imagination is also hearing this note and hearing that a performance is about to start. She's about to play in front of people. She's about to be confronted with this fear, even though she's just imagining it. But at this point in the story, she's not ready to confront that fear yet. Her imagination takes over and this owl interrupts her. And this owl interrupting her is what takes her on this whole journey throughout this entire piece. And now after Harriet has gone on this big long journey, she's met the moon, she's helped the moon through these different situations, and now she's come to this pivotal point where once again she's confronted with her fear of playing in front of people. So, what does the audio do this time?
And then, when everything was quiet and still, Hank drew her bow.
Did you hear it? So we do a callback where all the music drops out and the only thing that you hear is that long sustained note once again. But this time, instead of it being the A that the orchestra tunes to, we're hearing a different note. We're actually up a few notes. And what we're symbolizing with that, now Harriet has overcome her fear. So we're not hearing the A anymore, we're actually hearing a few notes up that's acting as that kind of tuning note, that callback to before. So before, she heard that note in her head, she imagined playing in front of the orchestra, and she was too scared of it, so her imagination took over and took her on this journey. But now, she's starting to overcome that fear. She's finally ready to start becoming who she's meant to be.